Hi, everybody. My name is Edwin, and I work at Mox Bank. Mox is a new virtual bank in Hong Kong, launched last September by Standard Chartered. First of all, we really want to extend our gratitude and a massive thank you to FinTech Nations for the opportunity to talk a little bit more about Mox, our journey that we've had so far, the products that we've launched, as well as most importantly, I've been asked to share why customers love Mox. We've thought and thought, and we thought, what better way than to actually have our customers share their experiences of Mox and what's their feedback on Mox. So with that, let us go to a video. All right, thank you very much for that. The reason why we wanted to show that video was a few folds. It was really, whether it was someone was 18, so the students at the very end, or someone that perhaps a little bit elder, the grandfather at the beginning with the puppy, what binds all these groups of people together is just a really, really good digital banking experience through Mox. And that community, or that community of Generation Mox as a staff, is what really excites us and want us to do more for our customers. So our journey has been one that started all the way back in 2017 when the HKMA first proposed the notion of virtual banks in Hong Kong. The license application happened in around 2018. We were one of the first banks to receive the licenses in 2019, and all these banks have now kind of come into the market in 2020. I think part of what we've done, and we start to see these in the initial results, really goes back to the foundations. So this was around when we applied for the licenses and all the work we've done to identify the pain points around banking in Hong Kong. So one of the first steps we actually took was we did 2,000 plus ethnographic research and surveys just to understand consumers' behaviors on what were their needs and what were some of the areas that they felt the current banks in Hong Kong couldn't quite help them solve. Some of them I'd say are obvious. So perhaps the branch waiting times, or at times the response and the feedback. Another point that probably came through quite strongly was a lot of banks were great, but they didn't really help them plan for the future. And for us, a lot of what we do, I'd say everything that we do, actually goes back to that foundation of the customer research, the customer feedback, and always listening to what the customer is looking for and quickly iterating on the process. And a lot of what we do, if we can kind of dive a little bit deeper on the product set, is really around driving micro innovation. So for example, our interest rate, by and large, a lot of similarities, but the kind of micro tweak we've done is offering a daily interest rate. And this was really in response to people feeling that you only earn that higher interest rates when you bring a lot of AUM to a new bank, or it's always a lot of new funds. And we really wanted to make that simple. So whether you're saving $100 with us or $100,000 with us, you earn that same competitive interest rates from the very start, and you earn it daily. So you can almost see it. So that's why, back to one of the first comments in that video, where people just enjoyed seeing, especially in this ultra low interest rate environment in Hong Kong or globally, where you can just see a little bit of money earned, and it just encourages and nudges you. And again, around the savings, the other thing we've innovated in Hong Kong was to offer goals accounts. And it was, again, in response to research we did earlier, where a lot of people would open various bank accounts, where one was predominantly aimed at saving. So you'd set recurring kind of saving instructions to the other bank with the goal of kind of achieving your saving targets in the end. What we've done is just to make that process really intuitive within our app, and you can very quickly or instantly create a sub account, personalize it as you see fit, give it a name for that goal, and then kind of add that picture. And again, it goes back to a lot of the research we've done, where a lot of times when you give your goal meanings, you're just more likely to stick to it. Another thing we've done, and you've seen a lot of the customers kind of show their card, and I'm able to do the same because we were one of the first banks in Asia to offer a numberless bank card in partnership with MasterCard. And again, the micro innovation there was really a lot of people prioritize security very high up, and understandably so. So it was really about, every time you pass your card at a restaurant or in a shops, it just kind of gives you that extra peace of mind to ensure that all of your data can only be unlocked directly on your phone through the app. And I guess, there are a lot of micro innovations that we can talk about, but as another example, another kind of first that we've done is to also change the cashback mentality, where cashback, obviously nothing new, but what we wanted to do was, make it instant. A lot of times, various banks in Hong Kong could take a fulfillment period, especially for higher tier cashbacks, and we just wanted to make sure it could go back into your account daily. The next kind of micro innovation we did around cashback was to credit it back to your kind of bank account, so your Mox account, rather than into your credit card account or into your card account, etc. And again, the advantage there is you can start earning interest right away. So that's why I'd say for us, a lot of what we've done is always listen to the customers and do this repetitively and regularly. We started this journey all the way before the bank was launched, and we're continuously doing this on a regular basis. Next is really based on these pain points that your customers have told you, what are these micro innovations that we could tweak and we could kind of extend to make the offer just more exciting, where banking just becomes a little bit more fun for the customer. And we've kind of shared a little bit in terms of how we're doing it from a savings perspective through the deposits, but also through the spending with the numberless card and the cashback. And there's also a lot of things that we've done just from a general banking perspective, from your account opening process, how we've radically changed that entire process, such that even perhaps to our surprise, the fastest customer to open an account was under 3 minutes. And that was something that, again, one of the customers shared in the videos, but also how do you facilitate payments? So lots of little steps that we've done. And if I can end on a last note, is stay tuned. There's still a very rich pipeline of services and features that we're looking to offer to customers, and everyone at Mox is constantly working hard to try and deliver and bring that to customers. So we hope that was a helpful introduction to Mox and to virtual banks in Hong Kong for you, and we wish you all the very best and all the very best to the conference at FinTech Nations. Thank you.